Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 7-ounce Fleur D'Oranger candle from Zara, part of the Zara plus Jo Malone collaboration collection. Obviously, I did a haul on this, and now I'm going through these candles and reviewing them. And the next one we have here is the orange flower one. The notes on this read: orange blossom, neroli, and ylang ylang. Freaking love this fragrance. This is one of my favorites on cold because I love me a good orange blossom fragrance. I smell orange blossoms in real life often, and I'm very familiar with the fragrance of it. And this is probably the closest to what a true orange blossom smells like. It's not exactly dead on what an orange blossom smells like in the wild, but it's probably the most closest of all the ones that I've tried, and I've tried a number of them. Bought fragrance oils like off the fragrance oil market. I've done everything to be able to get a true orange blossom fragrance. This is probably the closest to it, so I appreciate that a lot. And like orange blossom, neroli, and ylang ylang, those are like my favorite like heady white florals, so like totally count me in. So yeah, basically what does it smell like? It smells like orange blossom. It really does smell like orange blossom, neroli, and ylang ylang. What happens with a lot of orange blossom fragrances out there on the market, they tend to infuse an actual true orange fruit note in there. And if you smell an orange blossom like out in the wild when it's blooming in the orange grove, it doesn't actually smell anything like orange fruits. It smells like a heady white, beautiful, like floral with a natural sweetness to it. It doesn't actually have a bitter orange note in there. Obviously, it's open to interpretation when it comes to perfumery and fragrances, but a lot of times they'll inject a orange note in there, and I just don't care for that. Or they'll go really heavily in the neroli route and give this a very like metallic edge to it. A lot of orange blossoms have a very heavy metallic quality to it, and like neroli tends to go more in the metallic route rather than a true orange blossom, which retains like the sweetness and the natural sweetness that an orange blossom has. So this one is the probably the best balance of still retaining the sweetness and not having too much of the neroli metallic fragrance in there. And it also doesn't have like a orange fruit, orange juice note. So I appreciate that. But if you've ever smelled orange blossom, it's that traditional heady white floral fragrance, and it's mixed with a neroli and a ylang ylang. Like this smells exactly like all those notes list. If you've smelled your usual orange blossom, you're very familiar with what this smells like. And once again, it retains a little bit more of the sweetness, and that's why it makes it a little bit closer to a true orange blossom than the other ones. But of course, the neroli and the ylang ylang are also in here as well, and it's just like this beautiful, awesome, like kind of like a beachy tropical white floral is how it comes off as, because a lot of times the orange blossoms or neroli are used in like a sunscreen or suntan type of fragrance, so it does have that kind of like beachy association there. But it's like your traditional orange blossom fragrance, and that's like what I look for. It's just the issue is a lot of orange blossom fragrance are once again reserved for luxury candle lines and luxury candle markets, and you really don't find a whole lot of a singular orange blossom note in Bath and Body Works or any kind of other like mall brand. So I like that we can get a very authentic orange blossom fragrance that are normally reserved for higher end 60, 70, $80 candles and get it in a $15.90 format at Zara. So once again, I just think it's such a great idea to bring these luxury fragrances down to a accessible price point. I just can't rave about that enough. And so while this is a fragrance that I've smelled before many times, it's just once again usually reserved for a luxury market. So the fact that I can get it for a lower price point is what makes me so happy about it. So the fragrance smells great. Once again, not super unique right out of the box because it's your usual orange blossom type of fragrance. But once again, I can access it without having to drop 60 or 70 bucks on it. So that's why this gets such a glowing review from me in terms of fragrance. So that's what this smells like. Yeah, so if you like a true orange blossom fragrance and still want that natural sweetness in here and not too much of that bitter metallic or even a orange fruit fragrance, then definitely check out this candle. So that's what this smells like, and let me go on to the performance. This one has been burning for 6 hours. Yes, it was going from 2:30 to 8:30, so it was going for 6 hours, and it finally pulled out. Once again, these are single wick candles that take a long time to pull out. I usually put an Illuma lid on it, but use that Illuma lid at your own discretion because the Illuma lids from Yankee candles are not meant for single wick candles like this. They just kind of rest on top of it, so just use them at your own discretion. But it's the way for me to be able to get these candles to pull out in 6 hours, and also definitely definitely makes the flame a lot more controlled and steady. Whereas you can see in this footage, the lume lid has been taken off and the flame flickers a lot. It dances viciously, and the flames are always super tall and vicious, even though I trim them very generously. So that's the one thing with these candles, is that they do tend to burn very vicious and hot, but not hot enough to pull out completely. But once again, it's a single wick candle, so it is what it is. So that's the performance on the like actual pulling out. As for the throw, this one was quite strong on the first burn. Like, it just completely overtook my bedroom. It was like a good 7 to an 8, but then it has significantly decreased after that first burn. I don't really know what happened, but it's more like down to like a 5 maybe, more like a 4 in an open concept area. These single wick candles are just simply not meant for a open concept area. Let me just put that out there. They're definitely like bedroom candles. Like, I just love putting these at nighttime, like, you know, the last 6 hours of the night or whatever. And you just kind of like wind down with it, and it's once again has more of like a luxury relaxing fragrance, and it's not so like bam in your face like a 3-wick BBW, that I just love using it for like a romantic like nighttime type of fragrance. So I enjoy it there, but yeah, the throw is once again in an open concept area. You're just not gonna be able to smell it very strongly. Like, you can still smell it when you leave the house and come back in. There's like a background, just underlying fragrance of this beautiful orange blossom fragrance, but it's once again not as strong as a BBW. So it's more like a 4 in an open concept area, and maybe more like a 5 to a 6 in a bedroom. I can still smell it. It smells great, but it's just not as strong as it was initially. So it is what it is. So that's the performance on this candle. Overall, if you want one of like the closest to authentic orange blossom fragrance, and you know you really normally would have to get it for a luxury price point, I definitely check this out. And you don't mind burning them in a bedroom, more of like an ambient background fragrance rather than bam in your face, then we're good to go here. Orange blossom from Nest in the 3-wick version is definitely much stronger and more room filling, but that one has more of those metallic notes that I don't enjoy, and a lot more of that orange fruit note in there that I don't like as well. So as a fragrance, obviously I prefer the Zara one over the Nest one, but the Nest one, like a 3-wick one, will probably give you more of a punch. So just putting that out there. But if you're just in the market for a beautiful, awesome orange blossom fragrance, just perfect for spring and summer, and don't mind a single wick performance of a lighter throw and a longer pool time, then definitely check this out. It's just great to be able to get this type of fragrance once again for an accessible, affordable price point, rather than having to go all the way up to like a $60, $70, $80 candle from Diptyque or Jo Malone, the full Jo Malone brand. So yes, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you've tried this candle, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.